This is video 24 of 101. This video is about fishing. I think fish and meat is definitely a topic that needs to be talked about separately because clearly they're done on separate places. One's in the ocean and one is on land. And currently the practices around fishing is something that actually our government is taking a big stand against. So in this video, I'm just going to go over the nutrient values in a very common fish that we know today, salmon, and then I'm also going to talk about how the fishing industry is today and where we see the future going and where the future kind of has to go if we want to survive. Let's take a look at salmon here. This is the nutrient facts for salmon. This is for a half fillet, about 178 grams, 367 calories in here, 22 grams of fat. Now I don't want that to scare anybody off because it's mostly good fats. There is quite a bit of cholesterol, as we'll find in any animal products. Protein is at 39 grams. There are lots of vitamins like thiamine, niacin, and B6, also high in phosphorus, and there are elements of potassium and magnesium in salmon here as well. And also the main health benefit behind salmon is the omega-3 fatty acids and the omega-6 fatty acids, which are very, very important to proper brain health and functioning of your body. Fishing is a natural practice that we have done for thousands of years. And just like meat, there are indigenous cultures who still fish for their communities and to feed their families as well. And that is actually going out and fishing in smaller quantities that's going to feed them and their immediate communities. Let's take a look at how fishing industries are today. There are these incredibly massive fishing operations, sometimes referred to as mass fishing or factory fishing. When we talk about fishing, these are the companies that are basically setting the tone for commercial fishing production today. And here I'm going to actually just play a short clip from Cowspiracy because I really like the visual that they have here, and it's something that not a lot of people think about. Not only are we overfishing our oceans, but we're also gathering up other fish in our massive nets that we don't even intend to do anything with. And that is just waste. That's just wasted life. So we can tell that something needs to change. I'm very excited to say that when I did a Google search on just fishing industries, no biased terms in there at all, one of the first results was a page from the Canadian fishing industries here, and this is actually a very motivating page. So I'm linking it down below because I want you guys to actually take a read of it. Canada realizes that there is a problem with overfishing and they are taking an active stand against it. And I am so proud to be a part of this country because we are taking this stand. The international priorities of the Fishing and Oceans Canada is to stop overfishing, to improve how the world manages high seas fish stocks, and to ensure healthy ocean ecosystems. They had one line here that I love: protecting the marine environment for future generations is quite simply fundamentally important to us all. Whether we eat fish or not, this is a problem that is affecting our entire planet, and it is something that even if you don't eat fish, we need to take a stand against these kind of overfishing practices, because that is what's making eating fish look so terrible. It's not necessarily eating that fish, it's that entire industry that's coming along with it that's kind of setting the tone of what eating fish is. We know from the meat video as well that it's not the actual eating of the fish, it's the industry. So it's great that we have our government already doing work for us, but if we see at the bottom of this page here, there is still lots to be done. And now it is up to us as citizens, as individual citizens, about the decisions that we make and how those are going to be the most impactful. The government can only do so much, but it really comes down to what the people are doing, because a lot of the time when the government tries to come in with these environmental protection laws, the people aren't yet ready for these changes. And so imagine people who eat fish regularly and have absolutely no idea about the harms of overfishing, and then the government comes in and says, oh no, we need to stop eating fish, we need to reduce our consumption. People are going to be like, well, what the hell, that's so stupid. They're going to make the government look like the bad guys when they're just the ones protecting us. So the key missing factor in there is that the fact that those people are not educated about what is going on. And so that is what's very important and very key to this video, and basically this entire series, is educating people and making them aware of what is going on. Making that distinction that we're not targeting the fact of you eating fish, we're targeting that entire industry that your current fish habits are supporting. If you are the kind of person who says, no, I need to continue to eat fish, you need to make sure that you are seeking out a sustainable source. And that does not mean going to the grocery store and picking up a fish that's labeled organic. That means going out to the fisheries, going out to the actual places where these fish are first caught and talking with them, asking them what their practices are, what stands they take against factory fishing and overfishing. Are they sustainable? We need to ask these hard questions, and if they're not, we need to walk away. There are industries out there that promote sustainable fishing, but if these industries are ever going to continue to be sustainable, the demand for fish and seafood needs to drastically reduce, and we need to realize that there are a lot of plant sources that we need to supplement into our diet to reduce the demand and overall reduce those industries' power. If no one's buying from them, if the demand has been reduced, their power is also reduced as well. And then of course there is always the option of fishing yourself, going out to a lake or the ocean if you have the opportunity to, and actually catching that fish yourself. It is such a satisfying feeling to be able to providing the sustenance for your families and communities. It goes along with the lowering demand, because if we all go out and fish tomorrow, we're going to be back in the same issue. It's not about the actual practice of casting a line in and fishing, or putting in a net and catching up a fish. It's the fact that the demand is so high and that those nets have become huge and those rods have been reaching out further and further and further and deeper and deeper and deeper and completely depleting our oceans. But at the end of the day, guys, we're not attacking eating fish, we're attacking the industry, and that is the thing that needs to be solved. I'm very, very proud that my country is doing lots to fight all this overfishing, but like it says, we still have a long way to go. And I very much hope that you will be a part of the future, because this is where our future is heading. Our future is heading into a more sustainable and eco-friendly fashion. And so I want you to be a part of that.